Me and all my liberal friends want to be traditional housewives. Well, not all of us, but most of us. But the problem is we don't like Republican men because they don't have the same sense of justice and morality that we do, because we care for every human being. And the liberal men don't believe in exploiting themselves for labor, so like we have to have an equal household, because the only ones that bust their ass and make enough money to support a stay-at-home mom, wife, whatever, are the Republican men, because they will exploit themselves for money. Then they're miserable and burn out and take it out on everyone around them and refuse to take meds. So it's like, I'd rather be alone.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we already know she has blue hair or whatever color that is.
Rainbow colors
Rainbow
somewhere.
transitional Furby. Republican men, it's not Republican, it's the conservative values. Conservatism, a man that is conservative, he wants to take care of you. And so she's looking for a man that's traditional while getting a non-traditional man, because any man that is that far left as she seems to look and be, then you're not going to get a traditional man. And that man is not going to take care of you. He's going to do what you have asked him to do, what you've asked of him, which is 50-50 equal rights. Okay. So get up and take out the trash. This is what you asked for. So she's complaining about something that she asked for. Meanwhile, you're complaining about the patriarchy. Well, a man that's going to take care of you is going to be the head, which is the patriarch of the family. So you either want something or you don't. The problem with most liberals and most liberal women, especially, they want everything. Somebody has told them they can have everything. You can be a great mom while working 1,001 hours. I literally could probably be the queen of YouTube if I didn't have children. Okay. Because I could sit here all day and just make videos. But I prioritize my children, so I don't make as much content. So at the end of the day, you either do this or you don't do it, but they want everything. And let's just be frank, and this is no disrespect, men who are liberals tend to be very soft. And I don't care what women say. You don't want to hear about feelings every day. You don't want Ryan Clark over there crying like this on your couch. And you don't want to have to worry and stress, because on women, it's not a good look. Like we wear it when we have to do those types of things that men do. So again, women, you got to let the natural innate you just come out, because you want a masculine man, and that's going to come with some, you got to shut up sometimes. Like you just got to shut up sometimes and let that man lead. And that's what they don't want to do. That's all she's really saying is, I don't want to shut up enough to let this person run my life and my children's life, knowing that he's going to do a good job, because my liberalism doesn't trust a man to do exactly that.
Welcome to The Devil is the Author of Confusion. She wants a strong man they will be allowed to stay home and be a traditional wife, but they don't want a man that actually works. Do you see the confusion here? You mean he goes to work and works hard for his family like he's supposed to do? This goes back to what I told y'all last week about how they like to change language. They like to switch it up to confuse people, to make themselves sound right when they're absolutely wrong, confused. They don't know that they don't know. They're very confused and they're problematic. At the end of the day, they can see the writing on the wall. They hate the soy boy Adams. I'm telling you right now, as much as they claim that they love them, they hate the soy boy Adams. They don't like weak men, because regardless of these boss chicks, these liberal women that they seem like they want to be the feminists, I keep telling y'all, behind closed doors, they really wish they had a man that was there to take care of them. They tell you one thing in your face, but behind closed doors, when no one's watching, when everything is quiet and they have their own thoughts, they know the truth, and they hate the life that they've chosen, but they choose to unalive on that hill. That's what they choose to do. And then get on the Lord's internet and complain and show how delusional, reprobate, and depraved that they are with their foolishness. At the end of the day, if you are still trying to figure out if you're on the right side, you just watch them and see how confused they are, and you already know that you're on the right side. When you're making these type of decisions, you're on the correct side of life. You're on the side of common sense. Welcome to that side.
Well, I think this is a conundrum. I don't think she can get a traditional man because she's not a traditional woman. Historically, men have wanted to protect and provide that which is good and pure and beautiful. Now, I don't know her, so I can't say, exactly, who she is and what she's like, but her first impression does not read that to me. So that's going to be an issue. And I don't think she really wants a traditional man. I think she wants a liberal man who has a high paying job. That's not the same. She does not want to be involved with being a traditional woman. She does not want to embody the values of a conservative or what she called a Republican man. She just wants the money that the traditional people have, but she wants the liberal lifestyle and belief system to continue. And that's why they can't get that what they want. The truth is they want it all and they can't get it all. So you've got two choices. You can go out here on your own and let a man lead you and build a life that way, or then you can get married to what Crystal's calling the soy boy, and y'all can both live off the government happily together. But what you can't do is have independence and have that liberalism, because liberalism is not directed towards self-sufficiency, agency, or independence. It's not. So those belief systems, those are belief systems that lead to dependencies. So if you want to be dependent on government or the state, then that's where you need to be. But the likelihood that you can keep all of that belief system, all of that worldview, and then align yourself with somebody who has the independent agency to say, I'm going to strike out here in this world. I'm going to make it for myself and for my family, and I'm going to hold it down for the people that I love and care about. That doesn't really exist in liberalism. If anybody needs meds, you don't have to worry about our side going over to medicate our men. We're good. It's y'all men. Every time I meet somebody, they're in therapy and they're getting on a new medication. So that's what's going on over there on that side. And let me just say, from human to human, and as somebody who cares about people in a general sense, y'all should really look into some of this. This isn't good. Like I said, normalizing, taking what is normal behavior and turning that into mental illness, it is completely detrimental for women. But I believe they've started doing that now for men. And the fact that men are falling for this, you were my last hope. I knew you all were going to be able to hold it up and not for the foolishness. I mean, it makes sense that the women fell. Okay, I got that. But I thought y'all would at least hold the strong line and say, nah, this is not mental illness. This is just regular life. I don't need to be medicated. I don't need to, but I'm telling you, what they want is women that are 6'2". They want you to be emotionally intelligent. They want you to be highly actualized, highly reflective, highly intuitive. You can't be making money and cutting trees and all of that, like Crystal tipping cows, and you can't be doing all that and be sitting around with time to reflect and emote. And you just know you can't have it all. You can't have it all. And you can't settle for what a man actually is. So she's right. She ended where she started. She is going to be alone.
Well, they said they wanted partnership, and partnership means that two people are doing the same things and providing the same things to said, organization or relationship. That's what they ask for. And a lot of times when you listen to these people, they always say, my partner.
Yeah.
So partnership is a 50-50 type situation. That means that you're going to give, I'm going to give, and we're going to make this thing happen. They don't want men that actually work. I was watching a clip that just came across, one of those pop the balloons, and this brother worked construction, and he said he works 12 to 16 hour days, Monday through Thursday. And the lady told him, you work too much. It was like, what? I'm like, but you want a dude that can provide and do those things, but you complain that he works too much. And I mean, he's working a 4-day work week, so he's still off on the weekends. And he gets 3 days a week.
Those men need to rest their bodies. They
And
actually
they
Yes.
have
will
Yes.
to be able
and
to.
they will complain.
I think too many young girls grew up reading too many fairy tales, so they expect everything. You are supposed to have the money, but not work a lot, have emotions, be soft. But then I need you to do what the conservative man. They have made up their own man in their mind
Yes,
that
they
they
have.
concocted on from a fairy
Well,
tale.
that lets me know that they don't know those types of guys that earn that type of
Absolutely.
money.
Not
Because
at
the
all.
guys that do earn that kind of money, those
They never
dudes
home.
are working. One of my good friends, you know, he's 350, 400,000. He's working 60-hour weeks.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And his wife doesn't work, but he provides for the house. I'm like, you don't get to that level and not work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even Warren Buffett, who is a billionaire, is still up at 6 o'clock in the morning working. And he's still putting in, 8 to 10 hour days or more in some cases, depending on what's going on.
Yep.
I don't think they know the guys that they actually are looking for. They've never been
don't.
around these dudes and they have no idea what it takes
why they
to
can't do it.
earn that type of money. They have no idea. They want to do the work 20 hours a week and make $1 million a year. Those two
It
things
don't work that way.
Can I just say something about partnership? I think that men misunderstand what these women mean when they say they want partnership. What they want is they want to feel equal to you. They don't want to be equal to you. These women who say they want partnership still leave the milk in the car for you to carry in. They're not,
Yes.
you still carry the heavy suitcase.
Yep.
They're still
Yes.
expecting, if they get the lights and the gas, but they're expecting you to take the mortgage. They're not really, they don't mean 50-50. What they mean is I want to walk around my house and I want to feel as equally in authority in this relationship as you are. We are 50-50 in decision making and in authority, but not in the division of labor. They don't intend to do no 50-50 with y'all. No.
And that's why I say it's a total lie, because never I come from a long line of only housewives, okay? And never in my life have I ever seen it, nor in my own household, where, my friends will say to me, well, how much is, electric where you are? I don't know. I don't pay the bill. So if I don't pay it, I don't ask. I do, what's asked of me. Hey, if you're not in here, turn this off. The trade-off is I don't pay the bill. So when I look at it, women don't want to be led, right? Because there's a trade-off. If you are not responsible for this thing, then you can't be the boss over it. You can't be the overlord over something that you have no accountability for. Right? Like why are you so concerned about what this thing costs, how much this is going, if you're not contributing? Because when he asks, you to contribute, you're going to be upset. Well, why are you asking me to pay? You're the man. Exactly. So why are you so concerned about it?
Since you're spot on, because all they want to be able to say is, I make the decisions in this household. That's the 50-50 that they want. They want to be able to say, nah, we're not doing this. We're not doing that.
But that's the crazy part. Why do you want to make a decision over something that's so stressful? I don't want to know about the furnace. I don't want to know it.
But that's part of that boss chick mentality. I'm telling you, that's that boss chick that the women have. I'm a boss, babe. That's all. It goes back to the titles. You know how people love to say, I have a PhD, I have a master's. A woman likes to say, I'm the boss chick. Like they like the title and it makes them feel important. I don't want to be taking out the trash. I'm telling you that right now. I'm too cute to be taking out the trash. I don't want to be doing that. Let my man do that. I'm cool with that. Let my man come figure out how we gonna take care of this. Yes, you got questions for me, baby? I got you. Let's chit chat. But outside
that's
of
how
that,
it's supposed to be.
I want to chill. But these women, they want to decide how you do something, when you do it. Bring me your paycheck. This is how it's gonna run. I don't want to hear nothing. But then when he says, "Okay, well, baby, I need you to go and mow that lawn," but I'm the woman. I shouldn't have to do it. That's why I said the devil is the author of confusion.
They want the power without the responsibility.
Yes.
That is the problem.
There you go.
Yes, they don't want
And
any
you have
of
a lot,
that.
and unfortunately, conservative men who actually understand and live by traditional values. Most of us are going to be, Christians and follow the word of God. There are instructions in how we're supposed to move, and we're not going to tolerate certain things. And I'm one of those kind of people, I tell people all the time, man, the first red flag you see, flee. The first one. Don't even allow number 2 and 3. The first one, get up out of there.
I think you hit it when you mentioned the conservative attitude. That now, she never did define fully what she meant by conservatism. She seems to want to do without the conservative family because she wants to hold on to her confused, irrational political perversions. And she can't see a way to combine them together. She needs them because she can't deny the value of conservatism, but she has problems with certain aspects of conservatism, and she wants to kind of if she can only cut some of that out, the morals and the standards that you talked about, Brother Wise. She don't want that. She want the other benefits without that, and she can't have the both of them. The fact that she sees that there's value in conservatism says a lot, and it tells you that all of these fools on that side are not as ignorant as they pretend to be sometimes. They do see the value in conservatism. They just refuse to accept the morality of conservatism because they prefer to live perverted lives, and they prefer to support perversion. So you can't, they want to have their cake and eat it too, and they can. But I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a very interesting conversation. I think it's a conversation that needs to be had with those liberal women. Somebody needs to sit them down and talk them through it, make them think through what they're saying, because the very thing that they're rejecting is the thing that will make their lives much better.
I don't know if there's any hope for a lot of these women out there. I don't think it's even worth sitting down, talking to them. When you look at the stats actually say there are a lot of men that are leaning into, conservatism and leaning into that life. And they're not choosing American women anymore. They're going elsewhere. To hear a woman say, I went to college and I graduated, that is a red flag in this day and age. That is a red flag. That's not the flex that these women think it is. Oh, I got a master's degree. That's a red flag. So because men they know, okay, you've been indoctrinated with something that I'm not willing to put up with. And that's why a lot of these women are out here struggling. You see them online, on TikTok, begging for help, so forth and so on. And when Kevin Samuels was telling, hey, man, you need to find a man to get on this program, they didn't want to listen to it. And now they out there on beg talk. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of them.
I agree with you all. I also want to make the point that this was a terrible trick played on women. Women weren't always this way. Women were not always, we were not always in this situation, and we were not always this way. But every institution that women engage with, from their school to their churches have been disastrous. Do not correct women, do not give any accountability for women. There are no instructions for women because it's women that are holding up the collection plate. So they let them run wild. They can do whatever they want. They can cause whatever chaos they're causing in the church as long as their envelope is fat on Sunday. Same thing with the schools. The schools are catering to the women. So every institution that women engage with tell women the same thing. You can do whatever you want without any accountability, and you can have everything you want. And the most important thing they tell the women is settle for nothing. If you can't settle for anything, you can't have anything.
Yeah.
Everything is a negotiation in this life.
And that is why the real church is so important. And that's why we have our work cut out for us, because that's the only thing that's going to save that kind of person.
I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts on any of this? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. The link's in the description box below. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. In the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.